forbid.
Ultimately, what happened, someone messed up in your case and they let the wrong county know and gave wrong information to the wrong county. So as a result, you have to, I mean, and the charges that he's wanted for are sexual assault of a child in the first degree, sexual assault, strangulation. Okay, man.
I have my attorney here.
I don't care if you have an attorney. I don't care if you have Jesus on your side. You have to.
What you just watched, that was a judge admitting a total system failure. Gustavo Green is facing horrific charges, but because of a massive clerical error, he might just walk out the door. This is Harris County versus Gustavo Green. He's wanted in Nebraska for first-degree child sexual assault. It should be an open and shut extradition, but the sheriff's office sent the paperwork to the wrong county. Green has been a fugitive twice before. So why is a bureaucratic blunder setting him free today? It's a high-stakes battle between legal fairness and public safety. The judge is frustrated, the prosecution is scrambling, and the defendant is waiting for his chance to disappear. At stake is a $50,000 bond that determines if a high-risk offender vanishes or finally faces justice. If you want to understand courtroom psychology and how small errors change justice, hit subscribe. We highlight the truth. Let's begin.
Good morning.
Hi, Abel.
All right, so this one's going to actually be a bigger problem than the other one. So Gustavo Green currently is wanted out of
You have him now? He's in custody?
He's in custody. So today was the original date for pickup for Nebraska, but turns out there was a miscommunication. So on the front cover of the fugitive packet, it showed that he was wanted out of Sarpy, Nebraska, which is true, he is. However, the detainer placed by the sheriff's office was for Douglas County. He's also wanted out of a third county. So because of the miscommunication, the teletype was sent out and they just didn't pick him up. However, obviously they're rushing. So there's a couple scenarios. The first,
But why does he have to suffer because someone at the sheriff's office messed up?
but the issue part of this is the only hold that was actually placed from the sheriff's office was Douglas. So the ones for Sarpy hasn't been placed yet, and they didn't know, otherwise they would have come to pick him up. So I've talked to a sergeant at Douglas County and an officer in Sarpy County, and so I'm still trying to Sarpy County, and they're still trying to figure out if Sarpy County is able to get here faster than Douglas County, but Douglas County actually—
You're making a bunch of assumptions.
Well, but for Douglas County, they were able to confirm like today, because originally they were supposed to come on the 20th, but because of miscommunication, when we followed back up on them, they originally were going to come on the 20th, but now it has to be the 26th, which again, I understand.
You're assuming I'm not going to give him a PR bond right now.
Right. So for the 26th within the 30 days, but the issue is because the Sarpy hold and I can't remember the name of the county for the third one. It starts with a P or Ponta. Anyway, but all that's to say is because those haven't been placed yet, if they get placed today, then he gets set for arraignment again, and then he gets brought up again.
But so I'm going to give him a PR bond right now.
Right, that's what I mean. It's like, and so at that point, I don't know which is gonna enter first. So
Yes.
I mean, why does he have to suffer because someone at the sheriff's office messed up? It's like my child.
So it's one of those, I don't even know which end, and all that's to say is like, so because the front page cover from whomever the arresting officer was, they put Sarpy, but I guess how they selected which hold, because all three are verified, like he's wanted in 3 counties in Nebraska, that's already been confirmed, is I don't know how they made the selection on which one, because sometimes they put all 3 or 2 or however many at the same time, and that's typically what I would advise, but I have no control over how they do it. And so they just chose to put this one in and not the other 2, which I do show as a background hold. They still are placed. And so even if the court does give a PR bond today, because at least one of them is at a background hold, it will automatically trigger once he makes bond on this one, they'll automatically file the next one. And if the court decides to give a PR bond, obviously, that's the court's decision. I'm just letting you and Abel know is that that's how it's going to be triggered for the sheriff's office, which I have no control over. So
am I bringing him out?
Yeah. So I didn't know this until today, because obviously today was the original date for pickup, and that's why
What's your position, Abel?
I would concur with your assessment. I think that the state had their shot. And by the state, I mean,
it's all about fairness, right?
So
at the end of the day,
I'm presenting the facts as they present themselves. So
I think that—
Judge, I'm sorry, Judge. If another hold does pop up, I'd request that you give a PR bond on that. And then if another one pops up for the other different county he's wanted out of as well. I mean, again,
right. Well, and obviously, if that's the way, I'm just letting you and the court know is is that because it triggers the case to be filed, it has to be brought back for arraignment again. Like, I'm not disputing that could happen or likely will happen, is I'm just saying, regardless of that happening, it's gonna trigger another arraignment date because it hasn't been filed yet. It's still just put as an it's already put as a hold. And so that's why once it hits the 035 hold, it's gonna get filed again. So it's gonna get cycled back. That's why
When?
I don't know. I mean, either today or tomorrow morning. I can't, again, like, I have no control over the sheriff's office. I can't.
So because, and the charges that he's wanted for are sexual assault
Yes.
of a child in the first degree, sexual assault, strangulation, and now we have.
And the other ones are a violation of, one of them is similar to contempt and one of them is violating a court order. I want to say bond, but I'm not sure. So the other ones are FTA. And
Unbelievable how someone can just pooch that.
And so, and for what it's worth, for this case, he actually was in this court 4 years ago for the same offense that he's now wanted again. And at that point, he was already wanted as a fugitive in South Dakota. He was on in another state for the same warrant where he was apprehended there and then here, or vice versa, and then he was taken back. So he's already been a fugitive twice on top of the 3 open warrants.
And here we are yet again, and still
And I just, yeah.
unbelievable.
That said, wanted to make sure all the facts were out there. So I didn't know until this morning. Because like for the holds, we don't get to see, especially for multi-county holds, is we can't see which county selected because on our hold screen, it only shows what state. So that's why it's important for the multi-jurisdictional ones.
Things need to change, Day. It's just.
So that's why as soon as we found out, I reached out to both, and that's why I'm standing here instead of Amy, just because of how much of a problem it is. And so that's why I made sure to get firm dates for Douglas County, because they're the ones that already have the hold. And I wanted to make sure that it was still within the statutory 30 days before I made any approaches. And so I haven't gotten a call back from Sarpy. I don't know if it's because they use the same transport company and it was just a matter of communicating, or if they're trying to get an investigator, lieutenant, or somebody to bring them over.
Ultimately, what happened, someone messed up in your case and they let the wrong county know and gave wrong information to the wrong county. So as a result, we have to give you a PR bond. But I'm going to tell you now, these charges will always be in warrant status until you take your happy ass on up to, where is it?
It's Nebraska.
To Nebraska, man.
I have my attorney here.
I don't care if you have an attorney. I don't care if you have Jesus on your side. You have to go to Nebraska.
I'm
And
headed
in
there.
fact,
I'm headed
these
there.
charges will remain out there for the rest of your life until you make it up to Nebraska.
Understood.
So, Your Honor, just even though it is a PR bond, what amount will you be putting for the PR bond?
It's inconsequential. I don't know.
Because in the event that it doesn't, it still gets revoked. And so just trying to figure out what to put on our
You have an amount?
able.
$1,000?
So I mean, I was, especially considering that there's 3 counties. I mean, if it's inconsequential for the number for the court, then I would ask to be set at 100,000 because of severity and the fact that he has 2 prior fugitives for the same offense that he's FTA on, and the fact that he has 2 other ones.
Okay, I'm gonna set it at 50,000, Abel, okay? Regardless, I'm giving you a PR bond now, but these, like I said,
I'm gonna, do you want him to reapproach when I print out the reset? Because I'll do the reset for returning himself. So if,
no, let's just get everything done now.
okay,
You know?
I have to
Yeah,
type it up.
take your
that's okay.
time, no rush, you know? But like I said, these charges will remain out there until you take care of it, you know? You remain in Harris County, you will continue to get picked up, and you're gonna continue to sit there over and over and over, and these charges have been open since what, 2000 and?
Well, the last fugitive case was 2020. I don't know when the charge started, but that's, but also, like I said, we might end up showing up tomorrow for the exact same thing, or what day is today? I can't even, Wednesday, whenever they file it and then they bring them up for the holdover for processing. So I don't know, I want to be upfront, is that we're gonna go through this again at some point. And at that point, maybe we'll get an answer from Sarpy, I don't know. But if I could just have 5.
How long would it take for them to get up here anyways?
That's what I said, the new date is the 26th, it's still within the 30 days. That's what I mean, it's still within the statutory days allotted. It's yeah, and of course what it's, the initial communication was to a correct county, not the county on the front page of the fugitive packet, but it was sent to that county. I guess there was a miscommunication on either who would send it out or when the court would allow it. So I don't know, because that's their end, I don't get to control what they do, but Douglas County was correctly informed. let's see, so reset, surrender.
If they file new charges on the other counties, Abel, I
He's not
don't
going
know
anywhere.
about other PR bonds though,
I'm sorry,
I am
you-
in this case because of the mix-up, right? But I don't know about other ones,
Right, I don't, exactly, I don't know if he's be entitled to one as
So
well.
just get on it, doggone it.
Well, because if we do, well, it does matter, because if he's intending to do it and he's held on the other one, because if he withdraws his waiver to permit the bond today, then we're gonna go back to this again, because he's gonna be held on one. Well, I guess it wouldn't matter, because they would start their 14 days if Judge.
No,
Yeah, right, they're 14 days.
Another, what I'm saying, another
Tomorrow.
14 days would kick in
Right, for the
new
Different
charge.
county.
right, okay. Okay,
It does.
let me, okay, let me write this
So-
up real quick.
I'm giving you a PR bond, right? If they let you out, they let you out. But if they file new charges between now and from the time that you're processed, then you're still going to be held because you're still wanted out of other counties. So if they're get it quick enough, because I don't know how long it'll take them, it'll still kick in. I don't know. So can you set bond at 50,000, please? Okay.
I'm still typing it up. If you want, I
But
can.
take your time. We're not sending him anywhere, so we can still have him sign everything. Okay, it's not.
I can. Well, I don't know. Are you waiting to approach or?
Yeah, all right, so we're just waiting
Yeah,
for
just, but
whatever.
don't send him down, but we can have him sign stuff here momentarily. We're just gonna have him sign the reset, Abel, and then we'll,
And the PR bond.
yeah.
Yes, understood. Thank you, Judge.
And then if they get it quick enough, then hey.
Right.
Okay, thanks, Abel.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
The decision's final. Gustavo Green walked on bond because the state pooched their paperwork. But here's the question. Should a legal technicality override public safety in a case like this? Comment below, Team Green or Team Prosecution. Does a clerical error justify releasing a repeat fugitive? If this case got you thinking, hit like. Share this with anyone who loves a deep dive into courtroom drama.